Oh hi, good to see you there. Welcome to Pushing Up the Daisies, where we look at recently deceased celebrities' lives. This week, we look at recently deceased celebrity, Linden McKenzie. Like many children, Linden was born. But this was fine until his parents realised he was soul-destroyingly ugly.
Looks like someone shat on it.
Yeah. I mean, the way I describe it, I would probably use the cliche that he looked like he'd fallen out of the ugly tree, hit every branch on the way down, at the bottom been mauled by the ugly badger, and then of course the leprosy. Didn't happen.
Fortunately, Linden's parents did the humane thing, took him to plastic surgery.
What were your influences when designing Linden's face?
Picasso.
Yeah, Picasso would have to be one of the main influences. Pete Burns, great hero of mine and one of my most successful projects. Yeah.
I wanted to go with Mariah Carey, but no one agreed with me.
After 2 years of trying, the surgeons knew that something revolutionary would be needed.
Well, we tried all the basic manoeuvres, spades, that sort of thing, before going on to the more groundbreaking techniques, cutting bits off with scalpels, sticking bits on with glue, things like that. But eventually, you know, nothing worked. That guy was still so unbelievably ugly that we had to cover his face with fish batter and deep fry it.
Thick batter.
Thick batter, yeah.
The surgery was a major success and went almost unnoticed for the rest of Linden's life.
Yeah.
Well, yes. I mean, before, you know, looking in the mirror would cause, you know, a fit of almost epileptic proportions. So it was definitely an improvement, yeah.
I was shocked when Linden told me about the plastic surgery, to be honest. I always thought he was just weird looking. You know, I assumed he'd been dropped as a child. But he told me about a year into the relationship, possibly, and it came as a surprise. I mean, that explains a lot of the plastic extremities to his face. It answered a lot of questions to me.
Though Linden may not be quite so ugly, the surgery did nothing for his personality.
What was Linden like as a person?
Sort of hard to put him in a box, I'd say. You know, because he's quite gangly and strong, so yeah, that's quite difficult. But in terms of personality, what do you think?
Wanker.
Right. Harsh words.
I prefer to think of clients as pieces of meat.
Number 3, you've come across as a cunt, and why do you think that is?
I think it's the camera angle.
Over the next few years, Linden made the transition from a less than happy childhood to a troubled school career.
Teaching Linden was an experience. Obviously, I'm certain that it was different depending on what teacher was actually teaching at the time. But for me, he wasn't a dream to teach. Not really. He was a bit naughty, a bit more than naughty, a bit disturbed. He'd sort of, you know, he sat at the back. I mean, far from making little jokes about each other, he'd sit on his computer, quite obviously, not even trying to hide it. He would be downloading porn. I did catch a glimpse of some sort of kangaroo.
Things were not always fun and games, as Linden's outspoken opinion soon got him into trouble.
Linden's racist flyer campaign was quite possibly the most offensive material I'd ever come across in my teaching career. You know, I mean, he'd circulate these flyers every week, and they'd contain horrible, horrible images, usually with some sort of animal. He used to call it his animal of the week. He did like marsupials in particular.
Things took the turn for the worst when Linden was accused of murder.
I'm almost certain Linden did kill David Clark. Obviously, at a school where boys wear ties, Linden didn't wear a tie for about a month or so after David had been strangled with a tie. I think it did encourage copycat violence throughout the school. I mean, you had year 7s and year 8s running around trying to lasso each other with each other's ties. We had a horrible incident in the Bishopgate yard. Absolutely awful. Found 3 year 7s strung up by their own ties, actually. That could have been Linden as well.
Disturbing. Really, you never knew what was going to happen. One day he'd come in and give you an apple, the next day he'd just rape your pets.
Though the police suspected him of these crimes, police had to wait 3 years before they finally had the opportunity to arrest him for tax evasion.
I did suspect he was dodging his annual gay tax. Purely because I did spot him making passes at Scott Hibbard. He used to touch his knee and laugh and do that gay wave that he always did. But never did he wear that gay tax disc that people had to wear.
In prison, Linden met a lifelong friend and famous homo.
Do you want me to talk about prison?
If you like. Could just say it.
Prison. Dear old prison. Prison was hard. They had, they had these regular punishments they would do, especially for the morally indecent, as they called us. You know, they had people who were locked up on charges of moral indecency, and there was a particular punishment which was forced man-woman love. They tried to indoctrinate us in the ways they wanted us to see it by using a large inflatable female, sort of 10 foot, and it would come and just kind of, you know, abuse us, and we'd be lying there, desperate to escape, just sort of, no more, men are my cup of tea, no. But these women would just sit astride us, these inflatable women would be forced down on us and strapped down, and we were strapped down on these tables, and it would just ride us relentlessly, and we were left actually quite disturbed by it.
Why were you in prison?
I was locked up for moral indecency was the charge. That was what they dressed it up as. Essentially what it was that they objected to my own sentiments and my own beliefs about the nature of love. I mean, my views on the transient beauty of man-man love were not compatible with their own views on how to run the state, so...
Quentin inspired Linden to turn a love of music into a career. Though they planned to make sweet music together, Linden finished his 15 back-to-back life sentences before Quentin. So, he instead reformed his old band one drunk morning.
Oh, I was on the train. On the train, he came up to me. Do you know what he said?
No.
He reckons I look like Hitler. Can you believe that?
I can't.
I think it partly had to do with the moustache. But, yeah, something about it. He was like, dude, that guy looks like Hitler. I want him as my manager. And I was like, you know, I can't manage your band. He was like, I don't care, you look like Hitler. And I was like, fair dues. So that's when my record career started. I hit it big when I got Linden. It was amazing. Yeah, it was great.
Okay, just for the tape, can you look into the camera and just verify that you're not Hitler?
I'm actually not Hitler.
Thanks.
I'm seriously not. I don't even see it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even see it.